Two grumpy critics.
Well, I got to see It this week. And let me begin my review of It with a disclaimer. I've never read the book. Furthermore, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw the 1990 TV movie. Maybe in the early 90s, there or thereabouts, but it made such an impression on me that all I remembered was what Tim Curry looked like in the full makeup and scant little else about it. All of which means that I came to the new version of It essentially a blank canvas, ready to be objective and not weighed down by, well, that wasn't in the book, or, well, that's not how things went in the original movie. Not only that, I hadn't watched any trailers, I'd only seen pictures of the new Pennywise, so how lucky was I to have lived in a blackout It bubble to be able to give a really fair account of the movie. So here goes. My blank page, objective review. Ahem. What a load of rubbish. Stephen King wrote this? Really? I thought books were supposed to have plots and not just be contrived journeys to multiple pathetic jump scares, sort of like a horror sketch show. I hesitate even to use the word horror because the only thing horrible about this was, well, everything. It basically had no redeeming features to cling on to in the way that you sometimes see a terrible movie and you say, well, the main actor was good, or at least the music was well done, or even something like, it may have been a terrible movie, but at least the catering was on top form. No, it had nothing to cling to that stood out as salvageable. Kids acting tends to be a crapshoot at the best of times, and shoot, the kids in It were crap. The guy who played Pennywise looked like a balloon-headed dollar store clown doll and was about as scary as a bag of cheese and onion crisps, probably down to the fact that he sounded like Adam Sandler in The Waterboy. Coming to the storm drain, Georgie. Now that is high-quality H2O. Roughly an hour in, I found myself drawing parallels with the British journalist Jeremy Paxman, who has a reputation for being brusque, to the point, and some would argue maybe a little unfair to his interview subject. I recalled the time he interviewed the enfant terrible of the American right, Ann Coulter, about her controversial new book by saying to her, Miss Coulter, now, your publishers only sent me the first chapter of your new book. Tell me, does it get any better?
Oh!
And that's how I felt about It an hour in. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for some inkling of a payoff, but in reality I realised I couldn't care less what happened to Pennywise and his funny voice. I didn't really give a tinker's cuss what was going on with the kids, and it was probably going to be a fool's errand wasting the time to find out. So I give it 1.5 red balloons out of 5.
Oh, that's a shame. But you can't blame it on Stephen King because you don't know how much of his story was used since you haven't read the book. So
this is true.
That's my one defense of it, is leave Stephen King out of this.
Okay. Leave Stephen King alone!
That's disappointing to hear. I'm still curious. I'll see it someday, but I'm now especially in no hurry to see it.
A Radio 6 international production from the USA. Copyright 2018.